Welcome to Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. I am your host, Mary Dean Esquire, here at thewallstreetlawyer.com, coming to you live from blackwallstreet.com, as you can see in all of my branding, on all of my big, black, beautiful black business, where it is my mission to help you start and grow your own big, black, beautiful business, my beautiful melanated moguls out there. How are you guys doing on this marvelous Monday? Not morning. Can't keep the M going, but I can because I'm Mary Dean Esquire here at thewallstreetlawyer.com. Okay, I've been missing y'all. I haven't been going live that much lately. I've been really occupied. I gotta show this, because you know how we do on the Fly Nubian Queens. We show love to our sisters, and Crystal Ariel Rawls is showing me some love, so I got to give her a shout out. She says I'm cute. Now, you cute too, girl. Thank you, thank you. I love my sisters. I love my fellow queens. We are all queens, and remember, ladies, walk with your head held high. Do not tip your head because you do not ever want to lose your crown. So today we're going to talk about how to recession proof your business, because everywhere you can't avoid it. You can't avoid what goes on in the world around you. You cannot avoid what you see on the news. You can avoid what you see on the news by doing what? By not watching the news. But if you're like me and you have an office space with multiple people, and you walk by the break room, or you walk by the cafeteria, or you walk by the kitchen, and they have the news cycle going. And one thing that you always hear in the news cycle of the day is that a recession is coming. Everybody is predicting it. They're talking about inflation this, inflation that. And I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those things like the pandemic was. The pandemic was just, they talked about it and talked about the coronavirus. They talked about it and talked about it until a thing became a thing-a-ling. Okay. Until a thing became a thing. As Ayala Vincent says, who endorsed my very first book, blackwallstreet.com, How to Build a Thriving Black Business Using the Laws of the Universe. Ayala Vincent, Dr. Ayala Vincent, she's an attorney. She said, and a spiritual teacher, as we all know, as you all may know. But she always says, sometimes you just got to call a thing a thing. And so, in calling a thing, one of the things that I have been observing is that everybody keeps calling this recession that's coming and inflation that's coming a thing. And so if it's going to become a thing, and if it's something that everybody wants to talk about, I'm going to give you some pointers, some tips that will help you weather the storm. So make sure you hit the share and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the share and subscribe button, because I'm going to drop some nuggets. And I know you want to make sure that your friends and your community and other people that you may know are also able to take advantage of these nuggets. So make sure you hit the share and subscribe button so that they can do so. Okay. So let's see. One thing you may not know that I thought was shocking, as I did a little bit of research before diving into this topic, was that since World War II, the U.S. has experienced 12 recessions. 1, 2, punch. 12, 1, 2, 12. 12 recessions. The U.S. has experienced 12 recessions. And so the first thing that comes to my mind when I know that is that you're not going to have to go through something that your ancestors or that you have not actually already gone through in this lifetime, because you already have. So that's something to think about. This is not going to be something new. This is not going to be something that we've never experienced before, either your generation or the generations that have come before you. So that should give you a little bit of ease that if your parents could do it and weather the storm and survive and thrive, if you could do it and survive and thrive once before, then by gosh, you can definitely do it again. But some things that I learned from the past, because during this pandemic and this recession, I ended up getting a $250,000 investor into my business, blackwallstreet.com, which is an online course where I take you through the legal, insurance, financial, and tax systems that every business needs to lift that business to the next level. I call them my Black Wall Street lift systems. Okay, our lift systems. And I think it's something that everybody definitely needs to get into. It's something that every business and every entrepreneur definitely needs to get into, because one of the ways when you think about recession proofing your business, think about being frantic all over the place, and then think about being centered when the storm arrives. Think about having everything that you already need just coming to you. Think about being able to maintain that level of sovereignty and peace and serenity in the midst of the storm. And so that's one of the, when you talk about being stable, a nice stable basis, definitely is one thing that I talk about in my book, The Laws of the Universe, to me, which is the most important thing when you think about starting to build, when you're co-creating, because entrepreneurship is the ultimate faith walk. Okay, it is the ultimate faith walk. And so being able to be still in the midst of the storm. But what are some other practical things that you can do? If you are looking to grow your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. If you are looking to better manage your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. You can always find me, Mary Dean Esquire, online at thewallstreetwarrior.com. And make sure you check out this course that I keep harping on, blackwallstreet.com, how to build a thriving Black business using the laws of the universe, and specifically the laws of the land. And so how can you get your house in order so that you are recession-proof? One of the things that I saw in a lot of articles that I read was to pay down your debts. Which is really just a good thing. That can never be a bad thing, to proactively get debt off of your plate so that you don't have that added burden of stress looming over your head, causing you stress, worry, doubt, and fear as you are trying to create. So that seems like a given, but a lot of people said across the board, pay down your debt. Let's see. When emergencies hit, you want to eliminate many of your monthly expenses. That's paying down your debt, eliminating many of your monthly expenses, so that can free you up, not just free up your money, but also free up your energy. So you're not having to constantly think about that bill. If you owe $10,000, work proactively to pay that off. You owe $20,000, work proactively to pay that off. Create some extra additional revenue streams that can pay that off. But that's definitely something that you want to think about. Mortgages, line of credit, you want to free that up. So if you need those things during the middle of a recession, you have access to capital. You have access to your own capital that you can borrow from yourself, essentially. So you want to do that by creating an additional cash flow for yourself. But before they say you pay off your debt, you may want to assess your individual financial situation, which is, I guess, a given, right? You don't want to pay off the debt that has little interest versus the debt that has, major interest rates. You might want to attack the debt that has the major interest rates before you pay off the ones that are collecting little interest, because it's not going to cost you as much to have borrowed that money. So those are things that you want to factor in there as you're paying off your debt. And what you're doing now, that you pay off that debt, but you're now freeing up capital that you can put towards a substantial amount towards your emergency fund. So if you don't have one, you might want to put some away, and not just necessarily for a rainy day, because everything we talk about and the law of attraction and using the laws of the universe is all about mind over matter. It's all about believing and speaking things into existence. And so you don't want to put money away for a rainy day. You just want to put money away. Maybe you want to invest in yourself, and maybe you want, you may want to throw some extra additional capital into your business, or have it for that. So you don't want to be negative. You don't want to put it away for a rainy day, because I can assure you this: if you're putting money away for a rainy day, A rainy day you shall have. And so that is the secret. That is the law of attraction. That is one of the laws of the universe, a big one that's very important in manifesting and creating your reality. Um, so what else? What is something else that you can do? What is another strategy when you're talking about investing and making your business recession proof? But you also want to invest in education. And I'm not talking about the kind of education that only just gets the fancy degrees that hang on the wall, although that may be good too, provided that you can get a job. But I'm investing in the kind of education really that will set you job free. And most of that is the kind of education that you're going to find out there in the world that your spirit is going to have to lead you to. Um, the kind of education that is on some level money cannot buy. Invest in that kind of education, invest in the kind of knowledge, because knowledge is what, everybody? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And black wealth is critical to black power, which is why I am about the mission that I am on with blackwallstreet.com. So knowledge is power. So in addition to putting money away for a rainy day, you may want to invest in education. Another thing that you should do with your business, which is something that I train all of the businesses that I coach and work through, is as you're getting into your rhythms and systems and grooves of how you're running your business, how are you tracking your employees' performances? How are you tracking your money that is flowing through the business? And are you looking at these numbers on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, and biannual and annual basis? And if you are not, what systems can you put in place to get your business on this system of doing business about this way? And if you don't know, then I'm glad you asked, because that's the kind of things we talk about in my course, blackwallstreet.com, how to build a thriving Black business using the laws of the universe. Another thing that you want to do is beat the competition, which is a given. You always want to beat the competition, but you want to look out on the competition. And the reason why you want to invest in your education is because what you want to do is you're looking for a way to give your business a competitive edge. You're always looking for a competitive edge. And whether that competitive edge is in politics, whether that competitive edge is in through whatever you in technology, that's where we're headed right now. We have the microchip so small now that it can be shot through a needle and get into your system. We have the World Wide Web at our fingertips. We have, which is now morphed into this new frontier of the metaverse and NFTs and so forth and so forth. So what can you do? What are you doing to give your business a creative edge? How are you going to take advantage of technology? What is it that you can do different that is going to give your business that creative edge? And because I hadn't said it yet, and Dennis Fragnance definitely reminded me that this is the home for intelligent Black people. We do put Black people first. That's why we are hashtag B1. So please drop your hashtag B1 in the chat so we can give each other a good old Black power pump, fist, love, hug, and all of the above, just that we know that we are here together, because we are rising in power, my beautiful Black people, my melanated moguls out there. I think I like that. I'm gonna start saying that a little bit. But yeah, so what is it that you're doing with your business to give yourself this competitive edge? How are you sharpening your knife so that you can not just survive the storm, but that you can thrive the storm? You don't want to just say, oh, I made it through the storm and I didn't wreck the boat. No, you want to make it through the storm and have all of the fish also make it through the storm, and just happen to just put all the abundance of food and fish and just rush all into the boat. Wasn't even expecting it. That's how you want to weather this storm. That's how you want to make it through the recession. And I am a one-trick pony. I ain't got but one trick in my bag, and that is faith. And that is faith. And that is faith. And actually, entrepreneurship is the ultimate faith walk because you're literally creating something from nothing. You are literally hearing a voice and receiving a vision and moving towards this voice and this vision and creating something out of thin air, out of poof. That's what you do with entrepreneurship. And so you have to uh, I guess that's why I'm constantly talking about the spiritual aspect of a thing and calling a thing, because that's mastery of that thing is how I became who I am and got a $250,000 investment during the recession, during the middle of the pandemic. It's how I became the WallStreetLawyer.com, turning my greatest problems into my greatest opportunities, because there is never any suffering in vain. And so the last thing I want to leave you with is that it exactly it right there. And to really if there's anything that I truly learned in all of it was to enjoy the journey and do not let the news cycle and the gloom and doom steal your joy, because you still have to go out there, my beautiful black people, and be good mothers. You still have to go out there and be good moguls in your business and good employees on your job and good teachers and good doctors and good lawyers, and you still have to go out there and make magic happen. And I can tell you, no matter what's going on in the world around me, magic is still happening within me, which is allows me to create this magic around me, right? And so I don't want you to forget that. And I refuse to be swallowed up into a ball of fear, fretting over the next thing when God has woke me up this morning and allowed me to breathe in the air and to get in the vehicle, a beautiful car that just rides with no problem, and to get to come into my office and put on these big giant glasses and talking to the internet and be able to reach you beautiful black people out there in the world. I refuse to let anybody steal my joy. And as long as you can maintain that joy as you go out in the world and build your Black owned businesses, build your Black families, build your Black communities, you will be in the receptive mode of all things God, the receptive mode of all things good. And that's it. That's it. That's the trick. That's how I did it. I'm always counting it all joy. I'm always counting it all joy. I'm excited for the journey. So what if it rained a little bit? Then it allows when the sunshine comes back out, I can appreciate it that much more. Recession who? Recession what? Recession what? Not here. Not at Fly Nubian Queen Network. Not at blackwallstreet.com. Not here. Not here. We thrive in abundance no matter the season. And so that is what I'm going to leave you with today. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. And we're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. And, and another thing, because as I am newly launching my course and as I have a new baby business, one thing we tend to do with our new baby businesses is when they don't blow up overnight, we get discouraged. And I am here to encourage you when you have a real baby and the baby stumbles down as they are trying to walk. Do you tell the baby, get up, you little dummy? Get up, you little dummy. You can't walk. What's wrong with you? No one talks to the baby that way. Because you trust. You trust in the process and you trust in that baby's spirit and soul. And you know that one day that baby is going to be running, that they'll find their way, that they'll figure it out, that they'll get their balance. You know that. And so that's how that's the same kind of compassion that we have to have for our Black owned businesses, the same kind of level of compassion that we have to have for one another, right? Right. That level of trust. So as always, it's a pleasure talking to you. And I guarantee you're going to start seeing me a lot more often. If you are looking to grow your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. If you are looking to manage your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. If you are looking to shore up your Black-owned business with the legal, insurance, financial, and tax systems that I know you need in place to not just survive a storm, but to literally thrive, and not just thrive when the sun is out, but to also thrive in the midst of adversity. If you're looking to learn that and become that and own that, then you should check out my Lift course, my Black Wall Street Lift course at blackwallstreet.com. And if you want more information on it, please visit back to blackwallstreet.com. And as always, I love you dearly. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful week.